Hi, everybody. I thought that we might start with a quick little intro video about what MC201 is all about. My name's Julie Smith. You saw my intro video a little while ago. You're going to see me in lots of different clothes in different rooms of my house. So just trying to keep it, from being too boring. So this is essentially what we're going to be talking about the next 3 weeks. I've tried to condense it as well as possible, but I'm sure there will be speed bumps along the way. A little bit about me. I attended University of Tulsa. My undergraduate degree is in public relations and marketing. My master's is in mass comm. I actually got it at SIUE. I'm originally from Edwardsville. I've taught media literacy forever. I also teach at Webster University. I have 3 teenage boys. I buy 7 gallons of milk a week, and I live in St. Louis. Fun, huh? Um, yeah, and I'm kind of a space nerd, as you can tell by this picture here. We did that at an air show. I was able to take my picture like I was an astronaut. I was really excited. I'm a dork and a big nerd. I am a Star Wars freak. I don't really refer to episodes 1 through 3. Um, the last few minutes of episode 3 were okay. I'm excited about Rogue One. By the time you see this video, it will have come out, and I will have already seen it 3 times. And yes, I already have the ticket. I also love Lord of the Rings in this house, the extended director's cut. I'm addicted to Pandora and Sirius XM. I haven't listened to terrestrial regular radio in years. I'm a Twitter addict. You can find me on Twitter basically all the time. My latest Netflix binge was The Crown, which was phenomenal. And my media guilty pleasure, well, this is kind of embarrassing, but like if I'm ever flipping through the channels and Hoarders is on, I will totally stop and watch for a minute because it makes me feel like an outstanding housekeeper. Yeah, I know. All right, so what are we talking about in 201? Basically, what it means, and I don't know where to put my little picture. We'll stick it right there. Essentially, we're talking about communication. It's the sender sending a message through a medium to a receiver. So what are the mass media then? Well, the mass media are television, radio, magazines, books, movies, the music industry, advertising, the internet, social media, anything that uses an electronic means to share their message. So they're different than regular communication of just like you and I sitting at a table talking. It's different because it reaches a larger audience, but also the intent is different. They exist to make money, right? They do not exist to educate, inform, or entertain. They exist to make money. So what I teach is media literacy, and this is the critical consumption of media information. It doesn't mean that I hate the media. I love the media, but I am constantly asking myself questions while I'm consuming something. Why is this the camera angle? Why did the director choose this color? Why is this music being used? Why did they cast this person? Why are they using this word choice in this news article? Why did they choose that headline over another? Why did they choose that photo over this one? Constant questions. Who's sending me this message? What's their motive or intent? What are they leaving out? How could other people interpret this media message differently than me? So this is what I do. Okay. So here are some questions to kind of get your motor running for this first module. Does the media affect our culture, or do we affect the media? Okay, the average American spends over 11 hours a day with the media daily. So it's not, you will never hear me say that the media are bad. But you will hear me say, gee whiz, for Pete's sake, if we're spending 11 hours with something, shouldn't we analyze it? Right? It's a legitimate question. TV is on for over 7 hours a day in the average home. Even though our TV is on, usually it's on for the Xbox, not necessarily television programming. And of course, most kids are going to choose their dad because their dad asks. I mean, most kids are going to choose TV because TV asks nothing of them, right? TV is always on, always entertaining. And people complain about TV a lot, saying that it is linked to all of these issues. And I think that the big response here is it depends. There are a lot of variables. 90 minutes a day for video game, I think that's low, really low. My house, it's more like 4 hours probably. We feel like the digital world is very important to us. Of course, we know that, right? And I think some people are much more comfortable in a social media environment than in person. This is an old study, but I think it's important. There is a lot of sex on TV and in the movies, but what's interesting is that there's not a lot of talk about effects of sex, and not just pregnancy, but STDs, emotional damage. Um, it's more like a sport rather than anything that has lifelong consequences or connections. There aren't really a whole lot of people on TV who use contraceptives, and um, if you get most of your learning about the world from TV, you're actually learning that there's really no effects of sexual activity. Um, yeah, everybody's on social media. We know this. The biggest age group on Facebook, though, is us. Sorry, you guys, we've gotten on it and we've killed it. I know you guys have all moved to Instagram and Snapchat. That's fine. Most Americans get their political news from TV and Facebook, which is terrifying. Um, chapter one is a little bit about culture, but I want you all to really think about how the media business defines these things. What's beauty? How do they define success or wealth, right? Um, and this is a great quote from George Carlin, and this is pretty much what we're going to be doing the next 3 weeks, questioning everything, no matter what the industry is. Okay, so this kind of gives you a little appetizer for the rest of the term. How does that sound? Does that sound right? Anyway, we'll see you around. Let me know if you have any questions, okay?